session on panel discussion. So as we all know that we have a lot of dignitaries in the field of civil infrastructure, maintenance, AI, station development, container corporation, cement and concrete, and private builders here. Like we all know, infrastructure acts as a growth multiplier, that is India. And every rupee spent on infrastructure is rupees 2.5, that 3.5 on in the country store. This is the data by RBI, which I have collected. Infrastructure in the country has 11.1 lakh crore by the central government. But that is not alone. But along with it, we have spendings by state governments, by the public sectors, and other allied fields. And it includes roads, building, bridges, railways, shipyards, airways, everything. So with this small background, we feel that this is a very important topic where many of the alumnus of IIT and many of the technocrats and capitalization in India are contributing and striving to make our country develop by 2047. And I will start the questions at the permission of my esteemed analysts. So, yes. So, because you all are there, I want a maybe one line, two line answer to my first question, because it is my now. What is the biggest challenge for the infrastructure development? Is it funds? Is it system? Or is it sustainability? We can start from my left to right so that you can give your views. You can tell your name once more so that now people are more attentive.
I'm Sanjay Swaroop, Chairman and Managing Director, Container Corporation of India Limited. It's a Navratna company under Ministry of Railways. So we are operating, we are in the field of logistics and transportation. And we are operating around 70 terminals across the country. And we have a presence at around 200 locations in the country. We have our own container trains. We own more than 400 container trains in which we transport containers throughout the country, across length and breadth of the country. So I feel the biggest challenge that we face in infrastructure creation is the land acquisition. Land acquisition is the biggest challenge that we are facing. We don't have any problem for funds or any other thing. So according to me, land acquisition is the major challenge.
Thank you. Maybe we can ask the mic. Salisho.
Jai Hind. I'm Sailesh Gupta. I'm CEO for JSK Industries Limited. We are second largest aluminum conductor manufacturer in the country and fifth largest in the world. Like our country is the second largest aluminum producer in the world also. So my reply to Dr. Achal's answer is the system. What we have experienced the past 30 years in the system, which pertinent to bidding system, I would say, the typical bidding process in India to fulfill the quorum and keep it extending for 6 months, 1 year, 1.5 years, or 2 years. Just before this session, I was talking to somebody, an officer from a particular BSU, and I was telling him a particular thing is lingering around from last 1.5 years in that particular PSU. And conductor or energy is like a backbone of any system in the country or infrastructure. So my take is the system has to be strengthened in a way so that this shortcoming. Thank you.
Thank you. Eric, Manish.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Manish Kiloria. I'm a civil engineer from 1995, University of Roorkee. Currently, I am running a company which takes care of project governance in most of the project execution projects, mainly dealing with PMO services, project management office, and claims and arbitration business, supporting Government of India, various companies for last 7 years, we have been working with the National High Speed Rail Corporation bullet train project, the first country's bullet train project, and also working with Dedicated Freight Corridor Corporation of India. So, to answer Achal sir's question, my biggest worry is systems as well as the skilled resources. Uh, the country, everybody nowadays, I would say, would like to go into IT sector. It's a fast growing sector, definitely, and we always focus on services. When I go to campuses to recruit the younger engineers, nobody is interested in doing construction projects, actually. Nobody wants to go to site. Nobody wants to do the manufacturing. And when I say systems, I see a lot of challenges in the project execution when the project management information system is not there. There is huge layer of correspondences going, but there are failures are not being shared with the top management. So the corrective actions are not happening. Our country, when we are dealing with 3 years project, it is ending up in 8 years. So this kind of delays and arbitration, cost overruns, this is definitely a big challenge for government companies to tackle with as of now.
Thank you, Manish. Maybe Manoj, please. Good afternoon. I am Manoj Kar, Vice Chairman RLDA. RLDA is extended arm of Indian Railways, and its main purpose is to generate non-fare revenue for Indian Railways. For projects, I will like to tell everybody is spending money, but RLDA is business of earning money. Earlier in our project, there used to be a lot of shortage in funds, and only very limited project used to get funds. But fund is not any limitation nowadays. Enough fund is there, but Ministry of Finance is giving a lot of targets for generating revenues also. This week we had a meeting, Ministry of Finance, with 3 secretaries, and Railways has been given target of earning non-fare revenues of 2,50,000 crores in next 5 years. And out of that, target of 1,50,000 crores is only for RLTA for earning revenue from land monetization. So we should build projects with self-sustainable goal, so that after consumption of the project, it is self-sustainable. No more expenditure is there for its maintenance and O&M operation maintenance. Thank you. So sustainability of the project.
Good afternoon. I am LBC. I come from a department of University of Roorkee, which has the largest repository of broken hearts, chemistry department. Anyway, so currently I am working as Director General at National Council for Cement and Building Materials. This comes under Industry of Commerce and Industry, and we are basically working towards the decarbonization for cement industry and construction sector. As Dr. Achal Mittal mentioned, that government has allocated around 11.2 lakh crores for the infrastructure, and out of 3 key funds, system and sustainability, I feel sustainability is the core issue for future. I can say 20 years back, it was a buzzword, sustainability. For the last 10 years, it has become as a add-on feature for any infrastructure project. But future lies with sustainability, because when we are talking about sustainability, we need to have materials which are less carbon intensive, and we have also looked into that circular economy. I can, Nikhil sir, give me just 1 minute. So I can give you one example, like how our cement sector is addressing to the problem of both circular economy and as well as low carbon cements. So continuously we are striving so as to develop a cement that has a lesser carbon footprint, and also we are advancing towards the circular economy. For example, I give you one example. In India, we produce more than 300 million ton of ply ash. So if you look around 1990s, so it was considered as a very toxic material. Then over a period of time, perception change, we started calling it as hazardous. Then we call it as secondary resource material, because it became a valuable material for cement industry. And nowadays, as the captive thermal power plants, they say that we burn coal and we develop 2 materials. One is electricity for the consumers, and multipliers for the cement industry. So cement industry is consuming whatever waste is being generated by captive carbon plants in terms, and we are helping to the circular economy. So sustainability will remain in the focus because Prime Minister has mentioned by 2070 the country will become net zero, and cement industry from India side has already promised that they will become net zero by 2050.
Thank you. Yes, Sanjay, thank you very much. Thank you, Achalji, for inviting us on this forum. And I'm Sanjay Vashri. I'm heading the construction division of the one of the real estate group, Signature Global, which is now the fifth largest real estate group in the country in terms of the sales. And the forum, the question you asked, Achalji, the five industry, and I'm heading the IGBC chairman of IGBC. I'm at Delhi chapter's IGBC chairman also. So the question you asked, Achalji, the fund is the requirement of the projects. Yes, there was a problem earlier, the funds requirement for running the projects on timely. But if you are a reliable developer or reliable agencies, I think that these days fund is not any issue. There is a domestic agencies, domestic or international agencies, the fund is available in the market. Another parameters come to be sustainability. Yes, sustainability for the projects earlier there is some hindrances which because we have to compile the requirement of environmental clearance. So there will be some issues in terms of the sustainability. But if proper planning and proper thinking, I think you can manage it. And either cost, there is a no cost burden on the projects if we do a proper planning in terms of the sustainability. Third system, the which caused the delay was the system which we face generally from going from one department to other departments, getting a clearance, which delay the initial of the projects, and finally we face the systems, approvals, regulatory system, which on the delivery of the projects, one of the projects, and the finally delivery of the projects. In a smart words, I can say, fund is a fuel, sustainability is destination, and the system is the engine. If the engine is efficient, any amount of the first fuel you put up in the projects, final destination you will get. So don't get. So thank you very much.
Thank you. You put it very nicely. Really happy about it. Also, the second thing was that covered a lot of ground here. What should we do to maintain the existing infrastructure so that it can serve us longer? And we can use our resources efficiently. Because any time when we see, because as a scientist in settlement research, sometimes we have pain to see infrastructure failing within 3 to 5 years erection. And this really pays because anyway, it is all country's money which is spent, whether through government or through private sector. So I will like to have a quick view where we like that. So, Satya, what do you want to say about it?
Okay, thank you, Achalji. Achalji, the question for the long activities of infrastructure, I think we should move from the reactive maintenance to reactive maintenance to the proactive maintenance. And I think now the IT or Internet of the TI is there. So I think we should use that also in our infrastructure management. For the management, once we start the projects, keep some funds for the funding the major issues. So I think we should keep some fund also. And finally, involvement of the local peoples. If you involve any projects, if you involve a local people, it will serve a two purpose. There will be a belongingness and there will be employment generation among the pupils. So I think these are the few factors I think we can consider for the longevity of the any infrastructure. Thank you.
And Dr. LPC?
So I will just add on what Mr. Vaste mentioned that uh, apart from that, when distress has occurred in infrastructure, we should rather go for continuous monitoring of the system. Now, spectral health monitoring with sensor-based things, IoT, IoT-based systems are already in place. A lot of research has been done. So, we should use the latest technologies so as to have the enhanced service type of the structure. That is the requirement of the day. Apart from that, we should inbuild kind of AMCs for the infrastructure in the contract. If we can build in that feature also, that will also add for the longevity of the stocks.
I would like to mention we are developing large number of stations. After their redevelopment work, their proper maintenance is very important for their long life. For this, we have studied a lot, and we have developed an integrated station facility management. Our team has gone to Delhi Airport, NCT Building, Civic Center in Delhi, our Rani Kamlawati station, and we have devised how to devise this system. We found that it should be three parts. First is proper housekeeping of the system that will ensure proper cleanliness. Second is operation maintenance of the huge assets we are creating. For this, we have to take ANC from the original manufacturers. Third is how to make it self-sustainable. First two parts are only expenditure control. Third is revenue generation. Revenue generation part is very important so that our infrastructure is properly maintained with proper funds. For this, at every station, we are giving a retail space, food and plazas, parking facility, advertisement facility, and above the stations, we are developing a lot of commercial space. Even at some stations, we are developing 4-star hotels, budget hotels, commercial spaces. So overall, we are developing a system where we can overall be telling housekeeping, O&M plus revenue generation.
Thank you. Listen, you said Manish, yes, sir. Your area, comfort. Yeah, my take would be on ensuring the longevity of the infrastructure which you are creating is to bring international systems and procedures. When I see Indian workmanship, it is very, very low when you compare with the developed world. So you need to bring, it's when I see people coming to your home doing the maintenance, they don't even have the tools. So if you don't, the only agency which I see nowadays is Urban Clap, where if I call a person, they come with perfect skills and they do your perfect job. So for managing the assets, you need to have some international norms, procedures which needs to be brought here in India. The employers has to encourage the collaboration with international parties who are well aware of the tools and techniques required for managing the infrastructure. That could really help for Indian sectors. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Salishji.
So I fully, sir, and would like to add three particular segments into it.
Okay.
The first one is the accountability. If we could see in the energy sector, there is a program run by Government of India which is called EVCV. In this program, the private players, the private developers who have become the stakeholders for the transmission system, and it's a set date program that by this date you have to do the erection, charge the line, and hand it over to the public. The current has to travel by that date. Likewise, if it has happened for all other substations, for generation plant, for solar, for wind, for distribution, etc., then definitely this challenge can be overcome. The second point, which is very important, is quality control. In our country, the QCBS system is hardly implemented at the time when usually the PSU called the EOI. What has happened after the certain period, there are players who are maintaining the quality, fulfilling the norms, bringing the technology, bringing investment into India, this, that, everything to make it make in India. Just for an example, Dr. Achal, please allow me. The previous energy minister, Union Energy Minister of India, has called three of the largest conductor manufacturers of India in a closed door meeting and asked to bring the carbon composite core manufacturing to India to make it 100% make in India by 2027. This was discussion happened in 2023. Fortunately, I was a part of that meeting, and we promised that fine, sir. There are only 3 manufacturers across the globe. We are partnered with one, and we try to bring him within this year only to India. That company came, everything happened, but with all this kind of QCBS system, the non-availability of the QCBS system or not adopting such procedures, all other players who are not that much good producer or maintaining the quality control are offering the substandard products which would be acceptable to the government, because L1 is the procedure. The selection is based on L1. No matter what is your quality, what is your performance, whether you have performed in India or not, Make in India, these guys make the Make in India mockery actually. Because if we talk about Make in India, you have to perform in Make in India in Indian conditions. There are several challenges are over here in India. We have urban sector, we have rural, we have everything we have in India. But the person who came from XYZ country, produces in XYZ country, transported their raw material to ABC country, and a person sitting over in India is become the licensee of the licensor of XYZ country, claiming the performance of ABC country to India, which has no relation at all, and become acceptable by the PSU. So that is the uttermost important thing for every PSU in every sector, to implement the QCBS system based on to which the right producer or bidder can be selected. That is my second, sir. And the new innovation technologies, which is very, very important. We have startups. I'm sure Rajiv ji has mentioned me that startups are coming, and 10 startups are here also to showcase their technologies, and they are coming like anything. So PSUs and the government and industries like us should welcome them on success basis. You are confident about your technology, you are welcome. Please come forward, implement of your technology onto my system. Probably it could be for 1 kilometer in case of overhead conductor or cable. Probably for one substation which is of 33 kV level. Probably for like a rail corridor of only 10 kilometers. But if you succeed with the desired result which is predestined by me, then I am ready to accept your technology and place an order to you on the basis of that. That is the most important thing, sir, from my side. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Can I add? Sorry, sir. Can I add?
Wait. Sanjay is already waiting, so you will be given chance afterwards. He must have recited his 3 times by his completion. So let's come back.
I feel that we should go for proactive maintenance of our assets. And whenever a machine needs, they have a proper schedules of maintenance that should be religiously followed. And secondly, there should be proper stock of spares also. Because many times, for want of spares, we go for some jugaad, thick out shots, short, for shorter gains. That damages our assets. We should avoid that. We should stock spares, plan in advance. And lastly, I feel that we should use technology for monitoring of our assets in a big way. And AI can be a very good use of for monitoring our infrastructure assets.
Thank you, Sanjay. Please.
Yes, sir. Just I would strongly support what Mr. Shailesh Gupta has said. If we have to build a developed world, then this L1 system has to scrap. the Ministry of Expenditure has already provided the PSUs the quality come cost based selection. Especially when you are selecting a consultant, how can you go on an L1 selection basis? So that needs to be corrected by all the government organizations, that copy paste technology of L1 would not work. You have to come up with a pragmatic solution for a specific services which are required. If you are able to come up with this QCBS system, I'm telling you, you are going to do wonders in your project execution. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure many of the audience will have their opinion. I will come back to them after some time because it's a very touchy topic, and you will all appreciate. We in all other panels there are 2 3 persons only. We have to restrict persons, and I take a seat of 2. So you can count all of us 8. So that is there because that shows the importance of infrastructure in our country. I would like to ask now specific question to analysts, and first question goes to Dr. LPC, Director General, National Council for Cement and Briquette. This is, you speak about, I've heard your lectures, otherwise also. What do you see the way forward for sustainability or carbon credit system, or what a lot of people talk about it? Can you briefly tell us what is the future we are going, or what we could do? You are a researcher, you say, so. So,
Cement and steel are the 2 sectors they are called as R2 sector. So to achieve sustainability in these 2 sectors is very difficult. So I will speak about on cement sector. There are 2 problems with the cement. One is decarbonization, and secondly, whatever CO2 is emitting. Earlier panelists also talked about that we need to capture on that CO2. So these are the 2 challenges before the cement sector. And as far as the growth of cement sector is concerned, and as we are looking forward for Viksit Bharat at 2047, exactly we are manufacturing around 540 million tons of cement per year. And by 2050, we will be manufacturing around 1,400 million tons of cement. So at one side, we have lot of infrastructure grown. We have to produce more and more cement, but we need to look into the sustainability aspect of the city. So as far as decarbonization journey is concerned, you will see in last 20-30 years, many type of cements has come to the market. And that has been because of a lot of research done by our institute. So earlier we used to have OPC, ordinary Portland cement in the market. Now what you have in market is PPC, portrait pozzolana cement, that contains around 30 to 35% of fly ash. We also have Portland slag cement that contains 75% slag only. So all these were the base materials, and now when we introduce fly ash, when we introduce slag to the cement, basically we are reducing the carbon footprint of the cement wall. So 20 years back, 1 ton of cement was basically emitting 1.12 ton of carbon dioxide. Right now the figure is 0.56 ton. So that means 50% decarbonization we have already achieved. But as I mentioned in the very beginning, it is a hard to abate sector. And I can also tell that Indian cement industry in terms of energy efficiencies are the best in the country, best in the world. Yes. And we are I always say we are number 1 in population, we are number 2 in cement production, we are now the 4th largest economy. Yeah. So challenges are there. We have to grow, but we have to go in a sustainable manner. Yeah. So one challenge is that we have already reduced 50% decarbonization, but the journey ahead looks to be very difficult. And when we will be producing 1,400 million tons of cement by 2050, so where is the availability of raw material? Whether do we have so much limestone available in reserve we have in our country? So we have to look for the alternative materials also, and we are working on that. Then the second challenge that is before us is even if whatever we do, there will be harsh emission of CO. So what we are trying to do that whatever CO2 is being emitted by the assembly industry, we will capture. And you know, you will be surprised to know that even your concrete absorbs CO2 over a period of time. So what we are trying to accelerate this process. So we will be in future, we will be making carbonated concrete or carbonated building products.
Yes.
So that is one way that you will be reducing the carbon footprint, and even then whatever CO2 is being emitted out, that will be captured by the building products. So this is the way forward.
That's the future. Thank you, Dr. HPC. I will ask now my dear friend Manoj ji, because we understand that you are developing stations, and when I met you in your office once, I was fascinated to see. So the kind of work your organization is doing. Can we, or when can we see the future of railway station as like we keep today's airport? Although I'm not very happy with them also, but we can. I would like to have your view, because there we can have such facilities, such public facilities, and such a good feeling about railway stations in India, because there's a backbone of our India, the railway stations. It says Indian Railways has taken up this station redevelopment program in a massive way. In first phase, 30 stations are being redeveloped, 100 stations of large scale. Out of these, 50 stations, large stations on EPC mode, and 50 large stations on EPP mode have been trusted to only developing them. 15 major stations we are developing are New Delhi Railway Station, Mumbai CSMT, Ahmedabad, Surat, Nagpur, Chandigarh, Gurgaon, Lucknow, Gomti Nagar, Safdarjung, and many more. What we are doing in these stations, we are developing these stations as city center with all world class and airport like it. I will tell you improvements what we are doing. Presently, at most of our stations, there is only one side entry towards platform number 1. In the other end, either there is no entry or the entry is very poor. So we are giving more efficiency on the second entry, and we are integrating second entry to the first entry through elevated road or through air concourse or through wider FOBs. So we are trying to connect both parts of the city now. Second, earlier at the station, there were FOB going from one platform to another platform. FOBs were only 2 meter to 5 to 6 meter width. We are giving wider FOBs. To them, we are calling air concourse. These air concourse are structures above the track, above the platform. These are found to be very useful. People are using them as holding areas. Earlier, all the passengers were sitting on the platform, waiting on the street, waiting on the trains. But now, on the air concourse, I will give example of Rani Kamlapati, where we have developed 28-meter wide concourse. And people are sitting there, they're having their food, their snacks. When trains are coming, trains are being announced, they are going to the platforms. So it is decongesting on platforms. In few stations, New Delhi and Ahmedabad, we are making these air concourse of 300 meter to 500 feet wide. Since we have the scarcity of space in front of the station, so over the track we have one on this expansion mode. Thirdly, we are making MMTS, multimodal transport hubs. We are integrating various modes of transport. I will like to give example of New Delhi station. Here, 2 metro lanes are there on Ajmeri Gate side, and there are 16 platforms on New Delhi station. Every passenger, all the metro lanes are 15 meters below the ground level, and all the arriving passengers, they are taking platform, they are taking FOBs set at a high, they are coming down, and they are then going 50 meters below, crossing all the traffic on the evaluate side. Now what we are doing, we are making 25-meter subway and 2 9-meter subways in both ends of the below all the platforms, all the lines. So arriving passengers will go down, and from that subway we are directly connecting into the metros. So there will not be any infringement on the passenger movement, and directly they will go to the metro station. So these multimodal transport
integration is very, very important. We are doing it in many stations. Surat we are doing, Samarthi we are doing, New Delhi we are doing, and Ahmedabad also we are doing. Next is we are improving the roads leading to the station. We are making elevated road basically. New Delhi, we are making 5 kilometers of elevated road. Ahmedabad, we are making 2 kilometers of elevated road. And Surat, we are making 5 kilometers elevated road to decongest the traffic. After that, we are improving our front area circulation. We are improving, and many other improvements we are doing. So we are, besides this, above the station, we are creating huge spaces. We are making budget hotels. We are making 4-star hotels above the stations, so that our stations are self-sustainable. Whatever expenditure we are making at the station, we want to earn that money also. So overall, we are making them city centers for all the facilities for the passengers.
Yeah, thank you, Manoj ji. You have added that not only you are revamping these stations, you are making the entry pleasant, but also this is a good business model, and you are creating hotels, restaurants, and places like that on the railway station. It will be easy for the definitely commuters also. Yes, I come to use this.